Welcome back for our daily NBA predictions. Today is December 6th, 15th. And we've got more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. Obviously, yesterday we had the Final Four of the in-season tournament. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be taking on the Milwaukee Bucks on Tuesday, but we've got obviously NBA picks today for Sunday, December 15th. We've got 7 games in the docket, and we're going to get into all of those in just a few moments. But folks, if you have not yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily NBA predictions here on the channel. About an hour ago, we posted our college basketball best bets. We also have our college bowl game schedule right here. Still got one more game for this week, technically, of the college bowl games. And of course, the schedule there on the screen will be the future videos for our college bowl season videos. And then also we have our NFL predictions on the channel as well. Those games are starting in about an hour. So make sure you watch that video and get your picks in for today. We absolutely love Detroit Lions -2.5 today because they're the best team in the NFL. Okay, let's go on to our first game here in the association. And we start with the Indiana Pacers at home against the New Orleans Pelicans. All right, we're saying it again. The Pacers are back. Okay? The Pacers are back. All right? We're going to say it for the 5th time this season. We've been, we were talking about how we're always on a roller coaster with the Los Angeles Lakers. No, we are on the roller coaster with the Indiana Pacers. But guys, I've not been this excited about the Pacers than I was watching them beat the Philadelphia 76ers plus 220 dogs. You know what we do out here. Come on. The Indiana Pacers going on the road to Philadelphia and winning. I know Embiid and Jared McCain got hurt in that game, but the Pacers were winning despite the injuries to Embiid and McCain. I hope Jared McCain heals up soon, but man, it's going to suck because he's not going to win the Rookie of the Year anymore. And who's going to win Rookie of the Year? Who's winning it? Ricochet? Stephon Castle has to win it. Yeah, it's going to be Stephon Castle. Stephon Castle, probably not Dalton Connect. Or Ricochet maybe, but no, it'll probably be Stephon Castle, which is crazy. Regardless, we're back on the Indiana Pacers. And now, regardless of who was playing tonight, who the New Orleans Pelicans were playing, we're probably going to take the team playing the Pelicans because we know, or here on the channel, we absolutely can never take the New Orleans Pelicans because they are just horrible at basketball. And at the same time, again, they are still very injured. Zion Williamson's still out. They have now injuries to, Jose Alvarado's still been out too. Jordan Hawkins is out. Javonte Green might not play tonight. And Jeremiah Robinson Earl, JRE, might not be playing either. This team is just still a G League squad with some stars, but they're 5-21. So again, we've been calling for the Pacers to get back on track. This is it. They are now back on track. Okay, that win over Philadelphia is exactly what they needed, and now they're going to start going on a run. Now, the last time I said this is when they beat the Washington Wizards, and then they were playing the Pelicans. They won that game, but I said, all right, this is the Pacers' run. They ended up going on a 3-game streak and then losing 4 in a row after that. No, this is the streak, okay? They get New Orleans here, and then they're going to go to the West Coast, and they're going to steal 2 of 3 from either the Suns, Warriors, or Kings. You know what? I think it'll be the Kings and the Warriors. I don't know about the Suns. I don't know about that one. But the Pacers, again, they're going to have to play their best basketball right now because listen to their schedule to close out 2024. Pels, easy one, obviously. But Suns, Kings, Warriors, Thunder, Celtics, Bucks. Oh my goodness, that is rough. They got to start playing good basketball. And Tyrese Halliburton in that Sixers game finally did what he has to do as an all-star in this league. It was a tremendous effort out of Tyrese. We got, 32 and 11. He hit 3 3-pointers in that game. That's the Tyrese Halliburton I know. The Pacers are back. They will blow out the Pelicans and do exactly what they need to do. The shooting's on. Tyrese Halliburton is back. We need Miles Turner to start, turning it up as well. I feel good with the Pacers here. Give me Indiana to win, and they'll cover the 6.5 points as well. Next up, we go to Washington, D.C. We've got the Boston Celtics going on the road to take on the Washington Wizards. The Wizards are absolutely horrible. I know, okay, they covered their last game against the Cavaliers because they were getting 17.5 points. Again, I'm going to say this right now. I will give you a pick on the spread here, but I would never bet on this large of a spread. I wouldn't. And I know the Celtics are good, but I personally wouldn't bet -16.5 here on Boston because so many things need to go your way. Again, we still expect the Celtics to do that. Hell, their last game against the Detroit Pistons on Monday, they covered this line. They won the game by 24 points at home against Detroit. But they got to go on the road to Washington, and they got to cover the 17. I think they will do it, but personally, again, there are better games to bet today than the Boston Celtics and the Washington Wizards. If I had to rank all of the spread, picks I've made today, I'm going to make today, this would probably be dead last. Not because I don't feel, like, oh, Boston's good. Obviously, again, we know how good the Celtics are. We know how bad the Washington Wizards are. But even good teams struggle to, win by 17 points sometimes. I think they'll do it. I mean, both times that the Wizards and Celtics played, actually, the Celtics are 1-1 against this, on this line against the Wizards all year long, right? The first game that they beat the Wizards, they beat them by 20. Second game, they only win the game by 12 points. I know the Wizards are still very injured right now, right? No Jordan Poole, I believe he's still out, right? No, Poole's back now, sorry. Brogdon's out. Kuzma's always been the one that's been out, my fault. Brogdon's still out. Kuzma's still out. Corey Kispert's still out. Keyshawn George is still out. Those are 4 guys who play minutes for this Wizards squad. It's rough to win games like that, man. And for as bad as the Wizards are already, they're already 3-20. Now you take away 4 of their guys who play every single night. They're taking on, maybe the best team in the league right now. Actually, not as good as the Oklahoma City Thunder, but again, the Celtics are right there. The Wizards don't stand a chance. Again, I wouldn't bet the 16.5. If I had to make a pick, though, I would never pick the Washington Wizards. They're not banned because to be banned, we actually have to pick you in the first place. So they're not like the Pelicans, but I'm not picking them at the same time right now. Give me Boston to win the basketball game, obviously on the road, and we are taking them to cover the 16.5 points. Next up, we go on to the third place game, essentially, in the Eastern Conference for the in-season tournament between the New York Knicks and the Orlando Magic. Obviously, again, this game gets scheduled because both these teams lost, the Knicks losing to Atlanta and the Magic losing to Milwaukee. So now we get this game in Orlando, Florida, between the Knicks and the Magic, and we like Orlando here as underdogs. Guys, this Magic team, regardless of who's injured, be it their top 2 stars, both with the same oblique injury, the Magic will still find ways to hang in basketball games, and they're still going to find ways to compete. It's just, this is a gritty Magic squad, man, and I said it when Franz Wagner got injured. We said, all right, Banchero's the number 1. Wagner might be their number 1, but obviously he was their second, number 1 after Banchero went down. Jalen Suggs, it's time. And Jalen Suggs has stepped up to the plate. I mean, it's crazy what goes on with this Magic team. They already played tremendous defense. They're the best defensive team in the NBA. And now again, it looks like Jalen Suggs is fully finding his confidence as a number 1 on this basketball team. It's insane, because Wagner found it after Banchero went down, and now again, their guy, Jalen Suggs, they just paid a bunch of money, is proving why he's worth every single penny of that contract. Jalen Suggs, again, the 2 games without Wagner and Banchero, their first victory over the Phoenix Suns. Jalen Suggs drops 26. The loss in the in-season tournament game to Milwaukee, Jalen Suggs goes nuclear towards the end of that game. I believe he scored about 13, 14 points just in the fourth quarter. Jalen Suggs puts up 32 in that game. And who else has stepped up to the plate for this Orlando Magic squad? It's Bitadze as well. Goga, obviously the former Indiana Pacer. He's been stepping up to the plate every single game as well, with Wagner going down. I think the Magic win this game. A, it's at home. B, I still like this team despite the injuries. They still play great defense, and Jalen Suggs, again, will lead them in scoring. I don't think the Knicks are bad, but the Knicks, again, are too much of a hot and cold team for me. They're too much of a volume shooting squad. Sometimes they just have bad nights, like the Atlanta night. Again, they start off, hot against the Hawks in the in-season tournament game at the Garden, and eventually it just cooled down, and Atlanta took over that basketball game. I think, again, the Knicks are just too inconsistent for my liking, and despite the injuries Orlando has, I think they're going to hang kind of where they already are in the standings. They're currently, again, the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference. I think they kind of just remain there. It's a next man up mentality here in Orlando, man. This is a good basketball team, and I'm just saying, watch out. If they can find a way to play Banchero, Wagner, and Suggs, I know they played together for the last couple seasons, but if they can find a way to play all the three of those guys at the same time, and those guys continue the same scoring output, obviously they're all going to go down in some fashion. But if all those guys continue to stay hot this entire season and continue to give us somewhat of the output that they get as being number 1s, I know obviously it can't go that way, but if they can find a way, man, just balance those guys out, oh man, Orlando's going to be good. On top of the defense they play, I don't know, man, I'm really high on the Magic. I didn't think Jalen Suggs was going to be able to rise to the occasion. He obviously has. Give me Orlando to win this basketball game as underdogs at home against the New York Knicks. Let's move on to our next game here. We go on to San Antonio, Texas. I just want to give a huge shout out to the San Antonio Spurs, man. What a victory on the road at the Moda Center against the Portland Trailblazers. We will get to the Trailblazers. I think they're the next game they are. They're going to go on the road to Phoenix. And we'll talk about the the Trailblazers collapse when we get to that. But this is a Spurs team, man. Just shout out to them. I know they didn't cover that game against the Trailblazers, but if you watched it, just an incredible effort by this young Spurs squad. Guys, I don't know what voodoo magic the Portland Trailblazers had, but for about 6 minutes in this game, the last like 4 minutes of the third quarter and the first, 3 minutes, so like 7 minutes in total, the last 4 minutes of the third quarter and the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, the Portland Trailblazers did not miss a single shot. They hit, I think it was like 13 consecutive shots from the field. They go on this crazy run, and eventually they get their lead up to 14 points against the San Antonio Spurs with about 8 minutes to go in that basketball game. The Spurs force overtime, and they win the game outright. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff from the No, it wasn't overtime. They won in regulation, but still. Incredible stuff at the San Antonio Spurs. Champagnie, and the Spurs announcers were touting this the entire game, and it's true. Champagnie is one of the best catch-and-shoot shooters, if not the best catch-and-shoot shooter in the entire league right now from beyond the arc. Victor Wembanyama is a bona fide superstar. Devin Vassell makes mistakes, but he's still not that bad. Sochan does his thing, and oh, by the way, the Spurs came back in that basketball game without Chris Paul, who got ejected in the first quarter. I'm more than impressed right now by the San Antonio Spurs. Obviously with Wembanyama, but the other guys too rise to the occasion. They won that game without Chris Paul and Stephon Castle. Sochan had to play the one like it was last year for San Antonio. Man, I'm so impressed with the Spurs right now. With that being said, I'm taking the Minnesota Timberwolves. No, it's just, again, the Timberwolves are hot too right now. I'm going to be honest. Trust me, I will remember this about the Spurs, and we will continue to take the Spurs all year long because, again, I like this team's heart. I like the grit that they play with, but I am taking Minnesota here. I do like the Timberwolves a lot right now, man. They've won, 5 out their last 6. The only loss being the one on the road on last Sunday night against the Warriors. Big wins over the Clippers, Clippers, Warriors, Lakers. They've been on a West Coast trip. They go now on the road to San Antonio. I do think they win this game. Anthony Edwards, again, an elite player in the NBA. Rudy Gobert is doing his thing. It looks like the Timberwolves have obviously lost that trade with Randall and Karl Anthony Towns, the way Cat has been performing for New York. But I do think the Timberwolves here are the better squad. I think, again, San Antonio played a great game against Portland, but at the same time, they did have to come back from behind to beat the Trailblazers. So give me Minnesota to win, but again, I do like the Spurs throughout the season. I hope this team will find a way into the play-in. With how loaded the Western Conference is, though, I don't know if that's possible. We'll see. But give me the Minnesota Timberwolves to go on the road and beat the San Antonio Spurs, and I think they will cover as well. Next up, we go to the Portland Trailblazers going on the road to take on the Phoenix Suns. So yes, we're talking about how great of a comeback that was for the San Antonio Spurs. At the same time, the Portland Trailblazers had that colossal collapse. The Trailblazers are not good. They randomly caught fire. I don't know what Chauncey Billups cooked up on the bench, but this is still not a good basketball team. They're currently without their 2 bigs too. Like Donovan Clingan has to do everything on, at the 5 because DeAndre Ayton and Robert Williams are both out. I think they're still out. DeAndre Ayton, I don't think it's, we kind of, we were thinking maybe it was just a thing with Chauncey Billups and the coaching staff that, maybe he's, on the outs with them, personal issues with them. Now they're saying he's sick. I don't know if that's just a way to disguise that or not. Trailblazers are a weird team though. Like Jeremy Grant's a really weird player. Some nights he's great. Sometimes he's just not. I'm not sold on Kamara. I'll be honest with you. I really don't think he does much for the Blazers. Shaedon Sharpe and Anfernee Simons still have their nights. Like again, I saw Anfernee Simons completely take over that basketball game in the third and fourth quarter in their last one against the Spurs, and obviously again everybody cooled down for Portland. But they're just a really weird squad, and they're really an unreliable team to pick. I do think they're one of the worst in the NBA right now, and we are taking the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant's back, and the difference that guy makes. I know they had to play a close game with the Jazz the other night, but they pulled it out in the end without Bradley Beal. Now, again, what impact does Beal really have on this Suns team? It's not that great, but still, again, they were able to go out there and win that game without Beal playing, without Nurkic, I think, who was out that game too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no Nurkic. It was Mason Plumlee doing. Wait, actually, I don't remember. Was Nurk playing that game? I was watching the Spurs game when that happened. I was monitoring it. No, I believe it was just Plumlee playing. Yeah. Nurkic is back for this game against the Trailblazers. The Suns should be able to blow the squad out. When the Suns are at full health, this is a dangerous team. Again, Kevin Durant is still an elite player in the NBA, and you put him besides Devin Booker, who, again, D-Book will struggle just to carry this team by himself, and that was evident again when Durant was injured for a couple weeks. But when Durant's back, man, this team's just so dangerous, and it feels like everyone can shoot in the squad as well. I mean, you just keep those guys in the perimeter, right? You get guys like Grayson Allen, like Royce O'Neal, who, again, you double D-Book, you double Kevin Durant, pass out, find the open shooter. Those guys are beyond the arc, sit and just waiting to catch and shoot a three. Phoenix is dangerous, man. They are a dangerous squad, and they're getting 10.5 points here against the Trailblazers. I think this is a blowout, again, especially with Portland coming off the high of potentially, hell, they went on a 30-10 run in that game against the Spurs. They hit 14 consecutive shots, and they still lost. They're coming off that. Down to this, they got to go on the road to the desert to play the Suns. They're going to lose this basketball game. Give me the Phoenix Suns at home to win and cover against the Portland Trailblazers. Next up, we go to Golden State to San Francisco, California. You've got the Golden State Warriors taking on the Dallas Mavericks. This will be Klay Thompson's second return, obviously, to the Bay Area, and we are taking the Mavericks to win. They just ran into the Thunder in their last game. Again, the Thunder are that good. They're the best team in the NBA. We saw the Rockets do exactly what they were supposed to do to those frauds that play in Houston, Texas, known as the Houston Rockets. Again, Shea is the MVP. He's the best player in the NBA right now. Dallas had a bad night in OKC. I'm willing to look past it. That's just how good OKC is. I've been saying it for a while. We did pick the Warriors to beat the Rockets, and they did get robbed in that game. Full transparency, they got completely robbed by the NBA. But both Houston and Golden State are now going to go on a downward spiral. That's what's going to happen. They're both just going to start losing a lot of games. Because these teams are just not that good. Same with the Warriors. Guys, Curry needs more help. This team's just not that good. Kuminga's great. I wouldn't say great. Good. And obviously, the Warriors think Kuminga's their future, and they should think that. The Cum Bucket's a good player, but other than him, and it's just, Wig, again, has been dealing with his injuries this season. I get that. Draymond Green tries to do too much. Obviously, kind of cost him the game with his errant pass to Kuminga at the end of that one against Houston. De'Anthony Melton, obviously, out for the season. Buddy Hield, playing all right. And given the Warriors are trying, they add Dennis Schroeder, who I think is going to help a lot. He basically is the De'Anthony Melton replacement. He's better than De'Anthony Melton. It's a move that makes incredibly no sense for the Brooklyn Nets. We've been talking about the Nets all season long, how they've been covering for us all year long, and I don't expect Schroeder to play his first game against Dallas, because he literally just got there. Actually, he might. That trade was yesterday morning. I don't know if it's been finalized yet, though. I wouldn't expect Schroeder to play this game. I'd expect Schroeder to make his Warriors debut in their next one, which is Thursday at Memphis. I'd expect that's when Schroeder will make his Warriors debut. Regardless, though, that's a great trade for the Warriors, and it's a stupid trade for the Nets. Why would you trade Dennis Schroeder, who is your second leading scorer? He facilitates that offense. He's been playing great basketball this season, and the Warriors get him for, 3 second-round picks? Ridiculous. Why couldn't the Lakers have done that? We'll get to the Lakers in a second. It's going to piss me off to talk about that basketball team. Give me the Mavs. Again, I think the Warriors are going to fall off a cliff. I think, again, Schroeder's addition, who's not playing, obviously, tonight, will help a little bit, but I just don't think the Warriors are that good. I think they just kind of went on a Linsanity magic run to start the season. There's only so much Curry can do. The rest of this team does drag him down, I'll be honest with you. I know the Mavs are dealing with some injuries, but they're going to be fine in this basketball game. Give me the Mavericks to go on the road and beat the Golden State Warriors. I know, again, the last time these two teams met at the Chase Center, the Warriors did get the better of the Mavericks. I think the Mavericks, again, get their get back. Luka just hasn't been on his best, hasn't been playing his best basketball in the last 3 games. Actually, no, I think he had a triple-double in the Raptors game. Regardless, I think the Mavs are going to be fine. Luka's going to bounce back after that somewhat poor performance, in that OKC game. The Mavs will be fine. They're going to win this one, and they should go to Golden State and cover as well. Let's go on to our final game of the night, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. So yeah, we're going to continue to pick against the Lakers. I don't think LeBron James is playing. I don't know what's going on with LeBron James. They're saying foot injury. Yeah, this team's just, they're not good, guys. The Lakers are not good, and now I'm thinking, we have a problem. The Lakers might not even make the playoffs. I don't know. Good chance I'm at the Lakers next game in Sacramento. I might be going to that game and not even see LeBron James. So if he doesn't play, I hope that they announce that early so the ticket prices can go down. It's just, the Lakers suck, man. They just suck. I got nothing else to say. The Grizzlies are the better team. Memphis is way better. I don't care the game's in Los Angeles. LeBron's not playing, changes the team. They're a different team without LeBron James. The offense can't get going. It's a lack of effort. What can I say? D'Angelo Russell's horrible. Just is. There's a reason D'Angelo Russell has all those Twitter AI graphics being made of him, being posted right now, because he's just not that good. And when the trade deadline comes, D'Lo's going to go off for 3 weeks, and then he'll suck again as soon as the deadline passes, just like he did last season. Anthony Davis, good basketball player. He's not an elite basketball. Well, no, he's elite. He's not going to push the Lakers over the top, though. Let's just be honest. Just Anthony Davis, no. With LeBron, maybe, but just the Lakers are going nowhere this season, man. It's been this endless cycle since, they won the chip in 2020. Team's going nowhere. They're gonna be a fringe playoff squad. They're probably gonna get in, okay? They probably will be like the 7 or 8 seed again. They'll win in the play-in, and they'll just go to OKC, or they'll go to, I don't know, Denver, probably end up second still, or maybe Dallas. No, probably Denver. They'll go to Denver, and they'll lose in the first round again. Like, it's just, I'm not picking them to win this game. I really will not pick the Lakers until LeBron comes back. I don't know when that will be, just because it's not smart. I hope they win, but what tells me that the Lakers are going to win this game? Oh, the game's in Los Angeles? Doesn't mean anything, really doesn't. The Grizzlies should go on the road and win this basketball game. Yes, we're going to pick, again, Morant. We're going to pick Jaren Jackson, who's an elite player in this NBA right now. I'm saying it, yes, Jaren Jackson is an all-star. He's the best player right now on this Grizzlies team. Jaw's great, but Jaren Jackson all around is the best player right now on the Memphis Grizzlies. And they will go to Los Angeles and win. When will LeBron James be back? I don't know. LeBron has gone radio silent. If LeBron's not at the game, there's something going on. Trade? Injury? I don't know. Trade? That would suck. I don't know. I'd expect LeBron to be there. Is he going to play? No. So give me the Grizzlies. Memphis minus 4.5. Give me the Grizzlies on the money line. Yes, I'm picking against my favorite team, but what are we going to do? The Lakers are horrible. Give me the Grizzlies. And folks, that'll do it for our NBA predictions here on December 15th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for getting more daily picks here on the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like and make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks, folks. Thank y'all for watching. And Mamba, forever.